Hey there, guys. Well, last minute setup there for the show. Sorry about that. You were probably thinking he ain't doing a show. I was just busy editing. Busy. So much editing to do. How are you all? Friday nights. Who needs a drink? What you all doing? It's been a busy few days, I have to say. Before I get into anything, what have I got on the wrist? Carinardo's gunmetal Italiano. She has a nearly sepia pure black and then this gunmetal one, which I need to set actually. It's nice though, isn't it? Good looking watch. Maybe the best I've seen actually. What time is it anyway? It's after 10. I'm late, right? I'm late for a very important date. Coming up to 10 past 10. How are you guys? Crazy storms here. I'm so glad though. It was sticky earlier. But I got the camera in the window. I dropped whatever I was doing. I was doing editing for the Turin Video Brigade. And there were some beautiful shots of a famous building that's right next to me that I can't show you. I'm sorry. For security reasons. But with the craziest lightning, like constant, like a fireworks show, like relentless. I don't think I've ever seen that outside of certain parts of Tornado Alley in the States. It was quite dramatic. So I thought I needed a bit more footage. Well, I need a lot more footage for the new Panerai video. And I thought, I'll use that in the Panerai. How are you guys? The Omega Man. Virgil. Wearing my Speedy Mark II racing dial. Nice. The good old Speedy. I have a couple of them lying around here somewhere. Nice, man. Good for you. Drinking anything nice this evening? It's Friday night. End of the working week. Kyle Penny, straight in. Kyle doesn't mess around, guys. Upvoted, just ordered a different kind of seagull, the Black Case 38 model. Ooh, nice. The seagull did really well. The video was received very, very well. The brand are delighted. They sold a lot of watches. And they're over the moon. It was a very successful release. I knew there would be other interviews, reviews that were more, just unboxing the box and showing the generic stuff. That's fine. But I was like, okay, well, let me do something a bit different. Also, they haven't changed much other than the color, which I think is a smart thing to do. I think it behooves a watch brand to know where their strengths are and stick with them. You know what I mean? But as I've said to you guys many, many times, people buy with their eyes, so they do. I should say that like Red Shovel, yeah. People buy with their eyes, so they do. The so they do is a little ornamentation at the end, a little frill at the end of the sentence. It's like when the Brits say, I'll have you know. People buy with their eyes, I'll have you know. It's just a little, I'll have you know, I dare say. Or, these, the little accoutrement at the end of the sentence. It was quite a stormy evening, I dare say. I dare say it's almost under their breath, and a lot of people in the north of Ireland. So it is. So they do. Philip Manning, right in with a PayPal. Thank you, sir. Yes. So people buy with their eyes. So they do. And I feel like all the specs in the world will never sell a watch like just a sexy ass close up. You know what I mean? And all these shots came out nice. People are like, "Ooh, baby, I want it. I want that." There's a quote for you. I don't think I've ever quoted that film before. If you order the pack of 36, you'll get this for free. I want that. Yeah, so when you do some nice shots, you know, somebody was saying recently, I think it was on this video, like, what does it look like in the light? Because I guess they want big, bright videos. But if you do big, bright videos, you'll never pick up all the contrast and the dynamics. Right there, you can see that the dial looks quite dark. The whole watch does indeed. But then what's happening? The numerals on the hands are popping out. These are not things you get when you do the bright lab type studio lighting. But then there's plenty of outdoor shots, so I don't know what the fuck they were talking about. People have a habit for talking out of their ass lately, somehow. It's just part of it. My famous tricks here. Is that still on the screen? Yeah. That's my famous tricks. If you see the seconds hand and chrono hand are flying, whereas the people in the background are moving in slow motion. It's just one of the things I like to do. Anyway, capturing the real color of a watch is a thing. I think it's an art form. Like, look at that. Once it got directly in the sun, look how different that is. That's direct sunlight just bashing off it. Look all crazy and pink. How are you going to see that if you're in some lab? Bright white light, like in a dentist's waiting room. You're not going to see that. But anyway, what happened? Oh, yeah, there's a pause in the music there. Oh, there we go. There's another one with the watch moving quickly and the guy in super slow. Anyway, worked really well. And of course, I'm matching up colors. I matched the person's burgundy sweater earlier. And then, of course, my friend there, we were having drinks and he was having some red wine, which matches. You throw in some little things. Then I had James Model. I think he's the next shot. There you go. He was wearing a Kiton suit, a $14,000 suit. And it had a small amount of stitching in burgundy. So I had some light burgundy tones. So he was perfect for it. Did a great job. Yeah, it came out nice. Also, he has a more slight wrist than I have. So it looks a bit more substantial on his wrist. I think there are shots on my wrist and it's like, where's the watch? You know? They're on my wrist. It's like, okay, it's like a button. But yeah. Anyway, big success. Everyone's happy. They've sold a ton of them. They'll probably sell out of this one soon again. Always happens. That's what they do. They make you lust for the watch. So congrats to anyone who may have bought one. Steer Pike, good hands. James, yeah, he has nice hands and arms. We're very different constitution, myself and James. We were just mentioning there recently because he's very. You saw Matilda, right? His girlfriend. He's basically this shape. she's very, very slender. And we were saying, we have very different tastes in women. I'm like, thank God we do. Otherwise, we'd have to worry about stealing each other's girl. I like more shapely girls in general. Although I've dated a bunch of bloody skinny girls, models and all that, but truth be told, I like a more shapely girl personally. It's just my taste. Everyone's got their own taste. So, at least that. Caustic, how's the Zippo behaving now in one jet? Way better. Thank you for asking. Way better. Way, way better. Lasting much longer, lasting the whole night. And it does more than the job. I don't know why I bought the double. I do know. I bought the double originally because I'm trying to be the big man. Like, I want double jets. I want extra bacon. But no, it's great. He's talking about the John O'Malley. This is the John O'Malley Zippo. My father's prized possession. We lost him over 20 years ago. Well over. And I just fitted it with a Zippo gas insert. I have the original, of course. Never getting rid of that. But because I'm not a cigarette smoker like he was, I'm a cigar man. James was like, why don't you get this? The gas insert. I'm like, what are you talking about, sir? You sound crazy, I'll have you know. There's another one, I'll have you know. And I got straight on Amazon. He sent me the link, and I was like, oh, I think I need to do that. So it's great. It's great to carry around some of my dad, He's sorely missed. John O'Malley. So what else? Who else is in the room? Give me questions, enough folks. Come on, let's get the chat going. Don't you want to know? What do you think anyway of the Cardinado gunmetal? It's decent, yeah. All right. Good watch. I have a couple of other watches I can put on here. Tim knows the Cardinado CN watch. It's a good one. She has the Nerdy Sepia, and then this one, which is a little different. They look the same at first, but they are. I believe the Nerdy Sepia is just like pure black, whereas this one is a bit more shiny, you might say, in the gunmetal. I think these are limited though. If you want one, just reach out to onto our website, CN Orology. It doesn't help her at all that he calls watches orology because there's only one country in the world that understands that word. Orologio is a watch or a clock. We have different words in English. We say watch for a pocket watch or a wristwatch. But you wouldn't point at a wall clock and say, look at that watch, would you? We separate we have different words for it. Italians don't. They have orologio da muro, like one you'd hang on the wall. But they don't make a pure distinction there, interestingly enough. Trinity 70701. How's my favorite Omega fanboy doing? Any Omegas on the wrist? Interesting you asked that. I have a beautiful Omega right here. Let me take off the camera. And this puppy. It needs a little winding, but okay. The original and the best, the Seamaster. Go on. Now, watch all the comments say. That's the watch for you. You know. It is great. I just saw a clip of James Bond from Casino Royale. You know, when he gets the call, like, when are you going to deposit the funds? He calls the bank. He realizes that Vesper had been deceiving him the whole time. He races downstairs. And the whole time is just, this is the watch. Pretty much. Okay, it's the coaxial version. It looks the same. On the wrist, and you're just like, wow. What more watch does a man need than an SMP 300? Huh? Is she moving now? Yeah, she's moving because I put her on the wrist and start moving her around. Come on. Stephen makes a good point. Brings up a good subject. What about the new Speedy? 1.5 thick, but a nice price. The 38 mil. Excuse me. How thick is it? I mean, it's essentially a reduced, right? Or it's. I was saying the other day, I did a live from the piazza, that it's essentially, it's just like the reduced in dimensions, and that you should just save your money and buy the old reduced. Now, listen. Of course, this is a superior watch in the sense of movement, is more updated, and there's things about the clasp and the bracelet, blah, 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 blah. Mind you, Dirk has the reduced and basically this watch, but the original one. And he loves his bracelet. He has no complaints. He absolutely loves it. I'm sure it doesn't have, I'm sure this one has the glide lock, or whatever they call it in Omega World. And it does have an applied logo, which is kind of sexy. 6,500. We're now at the price that the Moon watch used to be. This is everybody's favorite. I think I agree. I think I do agree. I'm not crazy about Omega White. There's the famous white dial Speedy in 42 that everybody and their mother has at this point. And I was never that crazy about it for some reason. The white, Omega's white is a toothpaste white. It's very, very pale. There's no warmth to it at all. Same with the Seamaster with the white. I was never a fan. However, this one is kind of nice, and I think it's because it's mixed with blue. I think it's because everything around it is blue and white. Hey, if you're a Zio, maybe this is the ones for you, huh? Sales will go up in Tel Aviv. No, but it is a lovely color combo. And yeah, 38 mil. So who's it for? Like, I put it on a regular speedy and it's about right size on me. I can't wear a 38. But then a lot of ladies can't wear a 38 either. They would need a 36. Does that even exist as a chronograph? I don't know. I don't know. So, but it looks good. I mean, it was a nice release for a change. Omega can be hit or miss. This is interesting. This one, the gold and green. It's a bit like the Tokyo 2020, isn't it? Tiny bit. 11.6 though, Jesus. There isn't that much gold, fellas. Slow down there. No, I think the big hit is the blue and white. That's what everyone's going to be after. If they're after a 38 mil. Speedy, I feel like. See, it says clocks here. It's translating. See that? Clocks. The other Speedy, the one I love but I can't wear, the one that a Mega Man bought, the 57. I think that's one of the best they've made in ages and ages. Look at that for a Speedy. That's bringing back the CK2915 kind of vibes, but a bit more modern. That is a beautiful Speedy with the flat link bracelet and everything. It's just under 40 mils, or it's just over 40.5. I tell a lie. It's 40.5. Now, I don't know if I would feel that on the wrist. Looks great on Clooney, but he has a slimmer wrist than I do. I really think the 57 was like one of the best releases they've had in a long time. This never interested me that much. It did because it was so sought after and would fetch such money over retail. But this Snoopy I never drooled over a Snoopy, to be honest. Isn't that weird? Some people love it. It's their favorite watch. But maybe that's just me. I think these super blacked out ones make no sense at all. I mean, if you can't read the time, what the fuck is the point? I think that's silly. That's a silly watch. I like this one, the Apollo 8 Dark Side of the Moon with the yellow accents and the little spaceship there. That's a good one. That's a 44.2. I tried that on in New York. Nice. Very nice. Pricey, but nice. And the list goes on. You see what people have to say. Hey, Timmy, you're not doing a show of your own? Smaller size will make easy wear around your balls. Look, some guys, they can wear a 36 mil, even a 34 mil. Different wrist sizes for different lads. What am I drinking tonight? I'm having some Miniato Barolo from the supermarket down the street. It's $12. Barolo for $12. You can't go wrong. Come on, guys. Get on up there. Get in. Anyway, yes. Seamaster and the original one, which is nice and slim. The newer ones, as lovely as they are, they don't got the elegance that this has. Look how that grips the wrist. a beautiful thing. What else do I have here? Steven says the black one is the one. Yeah, the new black one. Okay. Would you not just get a Moonwatch? Is 42 millimeters too large for you? Would you not just get the one that went to the moon or to space or whatever you believe? Some people still don't believe we went to the moon. Who knows? Who fucking knows? This crazy world we live in. How could I forget you in this crazy world? It's alright. Aslan, do you remember those guys? From Ireland. They had one song. They were nice. The lead singer had a heroin addiction. I'm going to put on the Nomadic, my new addition to the collection, in titanium. Super light, super robust. This is the deep one. Goes down 750 meters. If you have any doubts about how great Nomadic are, just look up how upset people get when they get rejected by them. It's very upsetting. It can make a man mad. It can drive a man to making 6 videos a day about how much he hates the world. Proving that the brand is fucking awesome. The more you squeal, the more we think Nomadic are good. Otherwise, you wouldn't be squealing. Astonishing. How fucking disconnected from reality do you need to be? Anyway, this is the Nomadic Brew. B-R-U with a fada. Fada is the accent on the U. Brew. 750. It's basically a sea dweller in titanium. Why don't Rolex make a sea dweller in titanium? Silly, silly, silly. Jonathan, it's a chunky bit. It's not that chunky. It's not as chunky as any of the sea dwellers, even the SD43. Not that chunky, look. It's a little chunkier than a sub, but not too much. It's not that chunky. I don't like chunky watches. Otherwise, I would wear a deep sea James Cameron. Because that size and girth of watch really looks nice on me. But the fucking head on that thing is 17 millimeters or something. So fuck off. I can walk around with that thing. Silly. It's like wearing high heels or something. Crypto 7 Nomadic must be happy if they have let you keep the one. Oh, they're delighted, yeah. Well, I mean, all the recent events has actually upped their business, is attracted, because the more you talk about someone, the more they go up in the algorithm. Doesn't matter whether it's bad or good. So keep on talking. Thank you. I don't have to do any of the work. I wake up in the morning, there's already a video about me with my name. I'm like, I can go back to sleep. I'm back in the algorithm. Thank you. No, they're delighted, and yeah, business is up even, which is great. And the video was pretty strong. Again, it's about the vibe of the watch. It's about people seeing the watch in its natural habitat. Pull it up there. Pull it up. Pull it up. um, you know, people are like, okay, fine. It's 750 meters, blah blah blah. But just show me the goddamn thing. People, especially these days, that you have extremely accurate time on your phone and so on. We're past the days of necessarily caring about that. Of course, we want our watches to be accurate, but or as accurate as possible. Of course, they'll never really be accurate. Even the most accurate Rolex or a Grand Seiko in the world pales in comparison to an iPhone or an Apple Watch, because they're answering to an atomic clock, which is orders of magnitude more accurate. But it's not about that for us, is it? These shots were, yeah, it's nice seeing the watch kind of in its where it should be, under the water, all that. See how legible it is under the water. Yeah, these shots were well received. And then knowing that it's a strong, durable watch doesn't harm it in any way. Tim Wright, Oisin's been getting tons of free publicity. It's bloody great. I'm loving it. It's such a hoot. I'll always have some haters. Some of these guys are homosexual, you have to think about that. There's nothing wrong with that. My best friend in the world is homosexual. Never bothered us at all. We talk about that all the time, laugh about it. I'm very pro whatever you want to be, whatever you want to do. But some guys out there are, they have a man crush. They're a little obsessed. Takes a lot to get up first thing in the morning. The very first person you think of is a big hairy Irish man who lives in Venice. That's kind of a giveaway. No, but I know that for a fact. So, and that's fine. Hope he finds a boyfriend soon, because then we'll be past all of that. That's what I recommend. By the way, it does happen. I should talk about that a little bit. When you have a YouTube channel, I have some women who watch the channel, sure. And sure, some of them are a little, oh, he's all right, or whatever they think. I don't know. Fine. But mostly it's guys, right? Because I'm talking about watches, right? So it's mostly guys. Now, most guys like my style, or they like the videos, they enjoy the watch content, they like the observations, they like the recommendations on the cigars and so on, wine. But there are some fellas out there who are, batting for the other team, including our good friend. And that's fine too. Absolutely welcome, of course, as always. And I have some really good friends who I became very, very good friends with after. Who, yeah, that's the side of that. That's their team, and that's fine. And you just have to be clear that hey, there's no problem. We can be buddies, but when it comes to romantic interludes, I'm afraid I can't really help you there. I don't. That's just not my thing. Sorry. You do you. I like girls. And that's just always the way I've been. There is no science to it. It's just, what do you like? Do you like apple pie? Do you like peach pie? What do you like? Taste is taste. Some people like a beer. Some people like a glass of wine. That's all. There's nothing wrong with people's taste. But it happens every now and then that you do get the obsessed. They're writing to you a lot and so on. And then you get some, whatever, some text in the middle of the night. Um, how do you deal with that? How do you approach that rejection? I think it's nice to be nice and deal with it maturely and hope that they do too. And in most cases, I find they do too. Maybe they're feeling you out, like they're trying to see, you know, is there any chance he'd jump the fence? Which I always find funny because I have so many gay friends that they think that that's a possibility. I should talk to Dirk about this on the eye bashers. Maybe I will later. I always find that funny that they think that that's even a remote possibility. Like, oh, get him drunk enough, or get him on, they say enough cocaine, and then, I've never done cocaine in my life, thank God, but I'd probably love it. Which is the reason why I'm staying away from it till my grave. I probably love it too much. But there is a thing in New York City where they say get enough cocaine and enough situation issues, whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. The right criteria, the right recipe will make a man cross the fence, and I always find that incredibly naive. If you are that, then you're already bisexual. Then you're bisexual. That's You just needed to find it out. Hey, Louise, thank you for the PayPal, darling. You're such a sweetheart. So, when you have this YouTube channel and you're on it and you have all sorts watching, you know, some lads in there are gay lads and they're watching it for one more reason. They like the content and the wine and the architecture and the watches. But there's another thing they like too. They have one extra reason, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Delighted, but and honored and flattered. But some guys can't take the rejection, you know. Most of them can, but some of them can't. And then they get nasty. That's okay. It happens. It's like a girl keying your car, an ex-girlfriend. You just go, okay, let her key the car. I'll go have it repaired tomorrow. You'll eventually go home. Honestly, you have to feel bad because the problem here is I'm getting deep now. Some lads, and some of them I've met in the watch space, lovely guys, but completely openly gay. Great. Are comfortable. But the problem is with the lads who, do you remember the character in, was it film, the Sam Mendes film, American Beauty? The military guy who lived next door. I think it was Cooper, John Cooper was the actor. Chris Cooper, I can't remember. Great actor, though. I feel ashamed I can't remember his full name. But he was the next door neighbor. He was the father of the guy, the young fella who sold the weed to Kevin Spacey's character. And he was all about military, and there's the lads jogging in the morning together, and he's like, what is this, the goddamn gay parade? He's very, very homophobic. And then toward the end of the movie, he's upset and crying, and then he leans over into Kevin Spacey. And Spacey realizes, oh shit, he's gone for a kiss, super awkward. And, Spacey's character is not gay, and he's trying to carefully let the guy down. How do you do that? How does one face rejection? This is something hopefully we learn in our teens. You ask a girl out or a guy, whatever, you ask someone out and they say no. Straight lads are pretty good with this shit. And we go up to a girl in the discotheque, as we used to call it. Would you like a dance? No, fuck off. All right. And then you turn to their friend. Would you like a dance? And usually their friend is like, yeah, fuck it. Why not? Let's do it. Yeah. You have to develop some thick skin. But the problem is the reason I bring up that movie is that guy, that character in the end is the one who shoots Kevin Spacey because he's so ashamed. He can't accept, he can't accept it in his head that he has a man crush. And there's probably some lads out there who are like in denial. They can feel their own torment in their head. And they're maybe not just watching me, but other watch channels or other channels in general. And they're tuning in, sure, for the content and sure for the well-made video. But there's another secret reason that they're not telling their wife and they're not telling anyone. And I feel their pain. I feel sad for those guys because that's got to be horrible to have to reject yourself. And they have a feeling. So I swear that a lot of these chaps who eventually turn again, they're super mega fans. They watch every fucking word I say. They watch every single episode in detail. And some of these guys turn against me because of that, because of their own issue. Like, I like him too much. So if he says something like he doesn't like my political icons or leaders or whatever, then it's like they react like a girlfriend would if her boyfriend said, I don't like that, your favorite movie. I don't like Twilight, or I don't like one of those things. How could you? It's a little bit like that. It's a very feminine, not to be misogynistic, but it's a feminine reaction. It's like the girl that keys your car, So the truth is there's nothing you can do about it. This is just the way it is. There's plenty of fellas in the audience, some of whom we've actually met, and they've kind of made it clear, not been pushy or weird, but just made it clear. And I made my thing clear. I'm like, hey, you're a great guy and all, but and if you'd like, I'll be your wingman. Let's go out for beers and maybe you'll meet some nice fella. But unfortunately, when it comes to that department, I'm sorry, I can't help you. That's not a judgment. That's not anything. It's just, hey, thank you. That's very nice. The very nice thing to say, but I'm afraid we'll have to shut it down a little bit. It's one of the things. I think these are some of the perils of doing YouTube and so on. I think these are some of the perils. I think, in the real celebrity world, like the real actual famous people, in Hollywood and whatever, it behooves them to date one another and stay away from the general public for a multitude of reasons. But this is probably one of them, the complications of that, Be careful who you let into your circle. I mean, I used to, up until very recently, 6, 8, 10 messages from that guy every single fucking day, sometimes in the middle of his workout, trying to impress me. Oh, Sorry if I'm out of breath. I'm doing my pull-ups, like I'm gonna be impressed or something. It's like I'm gonna go, "Oh, what are you wearing?" You know? But I feel bad, like, I'm a nice guy. I'm like, "Oh, that's great. Good for you. You're doing pull-ups. If only I were like you and I wasn't such a drunk." Just to make him feel better. Jesus, why not? Why not? Make him feel better. The insecurities are like pouring off the dude. Like, what the fuck? You just help him out and go, hey, you're the man. Hey, you're the man. You know, it's just anyway. 6'6". Tomorrow's video is going to be a doozy. Well, he has, well, this is it. I mean, can you imagine making videos every day with this other man? Like, oh God. I think if I made like videos every day about this other guy obsessing over everything he said, you'd all start to worry. You'd all start to ask me questions like, dude, it's a bit like, you know, when you have a friend in your friends group or whatever, and he keeps talking about his ex, and he keeps saying, "Oh, fucking bitch," you know. I'm glad I'm not with her anymore, you know. But he keeps bringing her up, so people tend to observe a person's actions more than what they say. Sure, tell us all how much. It's like the 10cc song. I'm not in love. Don't forget it. It's just the silly phase I'm going through. It's like that. It's like, yeah, keep telling us about your ex-girlfriend and how much you don't miss her. I think we can all read between the lines. So it's like that, you know, this is pump out videos. It's like, you know, if he had a wife or something, at least they could go, honey, maybe want to stop thinking about this man 24/7. It's getting a little unhealthy. But I just think eventually, you know, boyfriend will come along. Boyfriend won't want to see, what are you doing? What are you doing, sweetie? I'm making another video about that brooding, dashing Irishman who drinks too much whiskey in Venice. Really? Trouble. The Meredith. People mistake access for friendship, then get offended when boundaries appear. That's a good point too, isn't it? That's a good point too. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, as usual, the Meredith is pretty fucking sharp. Access for friendship. I don't know. I just think it's the inability to process pain. That's all. You get rejected by the guy, then you get rejected by the watch brand. Now you're angry at the world. There's two types of men. There's the guy who goes home, swallows it, takes a deep breath, takes it like a man. And then there's the other guy who lashes out because he has nothing left. It's like these fucking freaks who throw acid in their ex-girlfriend's face, you know. They just can't fucking accept. She doesn't want you anymore, you know. But they can't do that, so they have to do something nasty. Um, it's learning how to process pain, learning how to hear no, you know. So, what are you gonna do? I've seen some of the videos. You all know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to push his channel. I've seen some of his stuff, and he looks genuinely hurt and upset, angry and upset. I don't know. I'm reading, I'm 52, nearly 53. Been around the block. I'm reading, bullied when he was a kid, pushed around, a small guy with a squeaky voice, and all that. It was probably the butt edge of every joke in school. That's why I liked the guy, because I always felt kind of, I'll take in a wet dog from the street. That's me. That's my, I see the guy selling the flowers in Florence, and I'll buy all of them so he can go home to his family. I don't need them all. I'll just like, hey, I feel bad. I feel empathy for others. I give money to the homeless and so on. So it's the same thing, you know. I was bullied in school too. I was pushed around a lot too. So I empathize. Um, yeah. But then it turns, somehow I learned to relax and fucking just chill out. Even though, yes, yeah, growing up in school, it wasn't nice. But then others are like, they grow up and then they're like, I'm Batman, you know, and you can only feel empathy. Some might have the instinct like, oh, what an asshole. But my instinct is like, he doesn't know what else to do. He feels rejected. He feels small. And he'd rather just like he wants to set the world on fire. Or if he can, if he could, you know. God. So embarrassing. I don't envy his future self, in a few years when he looks if he ever grows up, that he'll look back and go, "Oh God, did I really do all this?" So like, did I really make 4 videos a day of and make it my life's mission? Fuck. It's like it's not very stoic. Um, but thank you, Meredith. That is, yeah, as usual, you have strong insights, as usual. But again, like you have to understand, I know things about this individual that you guys don't know because we're friends. So I know it all. There's 10,000 messages on my phone, like 10 fucking thousand from that guy. Where is this shit anyway? There he is. That's his shit right there. It just fucking goes on forever and ever. Look, he's sending me all his pictures of the watch of the pneumatic thing. And I'm like, yeah, it looks great, man. It looks great. Well done, Batman. Like I'm just playing along, just trying to be a nice guy. Photos of him with his top off and stuff. Like, oh God, dude. Well done. You work out. Good for you. But I'm not. Please send those photos to a different kind of guy, please. I'm sorry. I don't want to say things like that. I retract that. I retract that because some of my best friends in the world are gay. I hate people who look down at homosexuality. I think that's horrible behavior. People are people. You should judge them on the content of their character. What they want to do in the bedroom is a different thing. But I have to be more aware. I got a lecture from my brother a couple of years ago in Ireland, in Dublin. I went into Dublin to do a live stream into the city centre. And it got kind of crazy. There was that guy who confronted me, and people are like, I hit him. I'm like, it's all on video. You can see I totally didn't hit the guy. It did say, are we going to have a fight? But at no point did he hit me or I hit him. He got very offended over nothing. He had a few drinks and there's another guy. He just looked like he was in pain. I was like, dude, did you have a bad gig? Because he was a musician. I was like, did you have a bad gig? I've been there a million times, man. I'm a musician too. And he was like, you're a musician. I'm like, Yeah, you read it perfectly, dude. Anyway, then there was a group of young lads who were all freaking out. They're like, "Oh, he's outside here." And then security guy came over and he goes, "Listen, I'm going to stand next to you because there are people." Then another guy comes out, gives me a whiskey, and he goes, "If you need private security while you're here in Dublin, I can help you out." He was very nice. And then another dude came over and he was like, "I'm going to a different bar. Do you want to come?" And I was like, "I think I need to leave this bar before something happens." So I went to the bar with the other guy, complete stranger, big fanboy, but like lovely guy. Anyway, I got home later that night and my brother looked at me. He's always the more sensible. He's younger than me, but he was always, he has his wits about him more than I do, always. And he was like, "Dude, you can't do that shit anymore. You can't, you're not free to do that. You've crossed the precipice now. Now it's, most people are going to be nice, but then some people will be weird." And this is the thing with the audience. Not only are there straight men who enjoy the watch content or the political chat or whatever, and gay men who are like, "I like all that, but I also like him," or whatever. But then there's men in between who they can't look in the mirror. I think that they might be a little bit dangerous because you're reminding them of the thing that they think is a sin, which it's not. It's not. There's nothing wrong with accepting yourself. And if I played any part in that, or any other YouTuber or some actor in a movie or whatever, helped you realize that, then good, But don't fight it and be like that character in American Beauty who hates himself from the inside. That's very troublesome. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Daniel Katz, good to see you, man. My subconscious asked me out. I blocked him. You know what, Daniel? You don't always crack perfect jokes, but that's a really good one. You are an interesting kind of comedian, but that's a really good one. I gotta hand it to you, man. Did you report him to YouTube, Turkey Neck? Sure. Yeah. Yeah. There's other stuff in the works, so it's all right. But um, I also did that, but you have to be careful with a person like this because right now he's watching for sure. There's 533 in the room. He's one of them. Hi. Um, and he's erect. He's excited. It doesn't matter if I'm speaking in a critical way. I'm not really, actually. I'm being empathetic. But just the fact that his favorite guy, who he thinks about 24/7, is speaking about him is exciting. It's like stalkers. They get a kick out of it, even if it's negative. Or it's like the guys in solitary confinement. You ever watch those documentaries about that? So horrific. Solitary confinement is such a horrific place to put someone. And what happens is they're so solitary, there's such solitude that they begin to go crazy, and often will attack the people, like putting food through the door. There's a letterbox shape and they slide the food through. They'll often try to attack the person, and then there'll be a infraction, and then guards will come in and beat the guy to the ground. But that's still an interaction. Even though he's been beaten up, it's still other humans touching him and beating him. So that's still better than the solitude, you know? It's a perverse thing about human nature. Actually, I think all animals, everything in the animal world suffers from the same thing. Pure solitude can get to such a point that you would rather the person speak badly about you than not speak about you at all. The horror is to be ignored and to be forgotten and to be no one. And that's what that guy's terrified. That's why the rejection from me sexually and from Nomadic then after just hurt the guy so bad that he needs to lash out. He's almost in tears, which is why I feel for the dude, even though it's kind of a level of nuts that yeah, a few of us have seen. But you have to feel bad for the man in pain. He just doesn't know how to process the pain. That's all. So the the good news is that the YouTube world is somewhat democratic. The smart, tempered, logical, mature person has the same voice as the unhinged, insecure person or whatever. You can both put out videos. Like previously in our society, this was not a thing. And if you were going to be on television, for example, there would be producers and directors and so on who would figure out if you were nuts or not before you would ever make it to the screen. Whereas now it's kind of anyone, isn't it? So it's a big shit fest. And you just have to hold on tight. It's like turbulence. Robert Hernandez, 199. Who do you think has more enemies, you or Tim Wright? I would say I have more. I mean, that's a loaded question. Like, I can't see that you've written a loaded question. I think I have for a few reasons. One, we can say the political stuff, for example. When I was just doing watch content, I had people who were right leaning and left leaning and all sorts of other things watching because there was no bias. The moment I opened my mouth and said, I don't like that guy, or I don't like that place, or I don't like, then it ostracized certain people who were already enjoying the stuff. So those people are naturally, or a lot of them are naturally going to hate. Now, some of them are a bit more evolved and are like, okay, I don't agree with what he thinks, but I still like him. I still like his content, so I'm going to put up with it. I'm the same. Like when it comes to, Archie Luxury, for example, is very different to me politically. I still like him. It doesn't upset me or make me punch the wall or something when he's very right wing or whatever. It doesn't get to me. I just kind of go, that's fine. But I've noticed that certainly with people who kind of on the right, it really gets to them and hurts their heart, when they see a person that they thought they admired say something that doesn't compute in their world. They have a rejection. There's a gag reflex that they have. So there's that. Then there's the guys out there who are just jealous. They're kind of whatever. I don't know what happened in their household. Where they're watching the video and their wife goes, "Oh, I like him," and they're like, "Fuck that guy," because now they feel threatened. Or people who go, who is this prick who's, I work hard all day long and all he seems to do is smoke cigars and drink spritz on the piazza, and that pisses them off. And also I'm confrontational. Some YouTubers, when they get some criticism, they go, "Thank you for your comment. I'm so sorry you don't like my video. I hope you like the next one." They're very kind of gracious, and very endearing. Whereas some guy comes in at me and says something insulting, and I go, "Yeah, go fuck your mother." Like, I don't give a shit, you know. So now he's gonna hate me, isn't he? I'd be like, "Well, you started it, prick." You know, what, you can say whatever you want to me, but I can't say anything I want back. Is that how it works? You can dish it, but you can't take it. Okay, I see. So I think I probably have more haters. I also have a much larger audience than Tim, so I think, yeah, there's the answer to your very obviously loaded question. I think it's funny that you think I didn't notice that. Tim, right? No good deed goes unpunished. That's true. Yeah. Well, I vouched for the guy, didn't I? I fucking vouched for him. It's the only fucking reason they listened to him in the first place. It's like getting someone into a nightclub because your friend works the door. And they're like, "Hey, can you get me in? I can't get in." And you're like, "Okay." I should have been like Joe Pesci in Casino. Be fucking nice. Be fucking nice. You know, that's it. If you're gonna go in, be fucking nice. But yeah. It's like the person gets into the nightclub and then the bartender isn't paying a whole lot of attention to them and they're waiting a while for their drink and then they fucking smash the place up. And you're like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, dude. I'm the one who got you." Jesus. Somebody never got out of adolescence, apparently. Tim Wright, he loved you, Ush. Oh my God, of course. Oh my God, he used to leave me messages every day going, "I've got your back no matter what, even if we disagree. Even if you tell me to fuck off, I've still got your back." Words are cheap, apparently. Meredith, you gave access because you generally felt for them. That's obvious. What they did with that access is on them, not you. Of course. Thank you for saying it. But yes, of course. Oh, I'm well aware of. Hey, listen. Again, it's like looking at your window, watching your ex girlfriend key your car, and you just go, "All right, go ahead and key my car. I'll take it to the repair tomorrow. Eventually, you'll get tired enough and go home." You know, that's all. But actually, you know, it gives me a hoot in certain ways. F watch picks. The thought of living rent free in someone's head, I would find it very discomforting. Oh, I'm definitely I've been rent free in his head for a long time, not just his head. There's always been a slight possibility of something unpredictable happening. Yes, that's true. Um, anyway, look, it's all good. It's part of it. You know, hey, guys, it's a different thing when a big channel goes up against, like Nico went up against me, you know? Remember that a few years back? And he was big, so it mattered. This doesn't matter. It's just a mosquito at your window. That's all. Nico was big because Nico went like mad public and shit. I'm like, "Are you fucking out of your mind?" So that was, you know, an import of emails and threats and doxing and all of that. But even with Nico, like I saw my subs number drop at the time because some guys were like, loyalty to him or whatever, or they believed his story or whatever. And but then after a few weeks, it started gathering up again, and I felt like it was actually free publicity. It's one of the crazy things that people were seeing it and going, "Hold on, who's this guy?" You know, and they go looking for me. when they find the channel and they're like, some of them are like, oh, he's a dick, yeah. But others are like, that was actually a good video. I think I'll subscribe. So you never know. If you want to really damage someone, ignore them. You know, if that guy, we all know who we're talking about, right? If that guy wanted to damage Nomadic, he could have done a review and said it was an awful watch. Buy one of their watches and then make up lies about the watch. That's a bad review. Instead, he was crying about the fact that he really wanted to make a watch with them and it didn't work. It didn't happen, or that he felt rejected or pushed off or whatever. All that's doing is saying that Nomadic are fucking great. That's all you're doing. You want to damage the brand, which I'm sure he wants to do. He wants revenge or whatever, you know. Then you buy one of their watches, you do an honest review, and you throw in a bunch, or not so honest review, and you throw in a bunch of lies and say, oh, the watch stopped, or this is garbage, or I was hoping for more, or whatever. You don't cry about how much you were so upset that they didn't really want to make your 10 watches. But Timmy was right. They should have just said no. You know, a small bit of fault is on their side too, and that is they should have just said no from like 10 watches, like custom, like this service is not for that kind of thing. It's for 50 or 100 watches, or, you know, for some football club or, you know, firefighters or something like that, where there's a large thing with a big brand behind it. It's not some small YouTube channel that wants 10 watches. They should have just said no. I don't think they said, I think they didn't say no, is what I should say. I think they didn't say no because I had put in the good word. I was like, hey, he's an okay guy, you know. It's like that time I gave the homeless dude in New York years ago. I gave him $50 because I had had a good day, and I was getting him breakfast sandwiches every morning, coffee, helping him out. But then one day I gave him $50. Stupidest thing I've ever done. He nearly killed himself. Because what did he do with that? He went straight to the boozer and he bought a bottle of vodka in the height of summer. Irresponsible of me. And that's the issue with this as well. It's irresponsible of me, you know. In the end, and the book stops with me. He knows that. That's why he's trying to do what he's trying to do. Because he knows, like, yeah, the fucking crazier he behaves, the worse I look. Luckily, Nomadic are a little bit more evolved. They can see over that. But and I'm currently working on their ladies' watches that I have here. Beautiful ladies' watches. This one has diamonds. But yeah. It's like, do you remember Donnie Brasco with Johnny Depp and Al Pacino film? In the end, it comes out that Donnie was a FBI agent the whole time, right? And it's all revealed. And then Lefty is sitting in his living room watching TV, and he gets called for. He gets the call. And he leaves behind his rings and his watch and stuff and his whatever few bucks he has in his pocket. And he goes, because he knows he's going to get whacked because he fucked up by bringing Donnie into the group by vouching for him, right? The truth, people don't know this. They did that for the film to dramatize, but the real guy, it was all based on real people. The real guy who got whacked wasn't Lefty, wasn't Al Pacino's character, Lefty from Mulberry Street. It was Sonny Black, because Sonny Black presides over all of them. He's the boss over that group in Brooklyn. So Sonny Black was the one who paid the price, not Lefty. So in the end, I'm the one, by letting a child into a room full of adults. I am the one to blame. I should have known better. In fact, somebody said in one of the comments, whoever would vouch for that guy, is an idiot. And I was like, you're right. Not my proudest moment. What do we got going on in the chat? Joe LaFaro, this is why some people stay in abusive relationships, because it's better than being alone. Fuck. IP CRS files. Rent free, man. Cheers from MI6. I know. Imagine jumping up in the morning, the first thing you do with your day is make some. I don't know. I'll send him some nudes. You won't hear from him for days. I'll put out a fucking tutu. It'll distract him so hard. God. I'll be like, oh, I saw you were working out. You're so muscular. How many push-ups did you do today? I need to know. Crypto 7. He was stalking you even in bed. Oh, dude, guys, I have 2 years of voicemails. I kept all the voicemails. There's some really embarrassing shit in there. I'm going to send it to Collectibles because I can't put it on my channel. My channel's a little too classy. No offense, Collectibles, but you're doing different stuff. Yeah, some pretty embarrassing stuff. Listen, a boyfriend would have taken care of that with him for a long time ago, instead of focusing on 10 watches he wanted to sell to his fellas. Hey, why don't I? By the way, I have the Rollo watch on, one of my watches, available on AshinamaliChannel.com. Is the one with the tiger eye stone dial. But I want to put on another nomadic watch just to be well, it's actually a gorgeous watch and I love it. Actually, one of the most gorgeous I have from them. Better wind it up though. Patrick Cullen, not the gimp suit. I'll put on a French maid's outfit. He'll finally get what he wants. Then for a couple of days, you won't see any videos. Be a lot of jerking off. That's fine. No, I'm not going to. Just fucking with you guys. Listen, there's no easy way out there. You just have to hope the person is mature enough. And I have been propositioned by not just him, but by others. And I always feel like I'm a gentleman about it, like, oh, thanks for that, but let me think about it, or thanks for that, but it's not really my thing. I'm so sorry. You just try to be nice. Why would you be an asshole? Why would you be like, fuck up, you think I'm gay? I'm not one of those people. I'm like, oh God. Kind of feel bad for the dude, He's probably nervous about it. This is a nomadic watch. This is the what's it called? The Cade 126. This is their chronograph. It's in green with leather strap. Isn't that nice? Gee, surgeon, why would they think you are gay? I don't know if I don't think I don't think that some of these guys think I'm gay. I think, and maybe I'll pick this up with Dirk later. I've noticed, and I love the gay community, and Dirk is my favorite guy in the world. He's my best friend ever, and he's gay as Christmas. And I know his partner, his husband, really, really well. My best friends ever, and they always will be. And their sexuality has absolutely nothing to do with it. It's none of my fucking business, basically. It's the way I see it. It's irrelevant. And luckily enough, they're smart and mature enough to be able to talk about it in a funny way and make jokes about it. They're not sensitive, they're like, oh yeah, whatever. Like I remember asking Dirk years ago, are you going to the Pride Parade, in New York? And he's like, no, I'm not going to that fucking shit. I don't like the circus. He's cool. Like he's like as cool a gay guy as you could possibly meet. So never an issue. But I have noticed that some fellas, I was in a taxi years ago with a very, I'm not going to say famous, but extremely successful guy, gay guy in the music business. I'm not going to specify anything more than that because he's, I want to protect him. He's a lovely guy. But I was out partying. It was a big concert in the biggest venue in New York. And I was out partying with them. And we were in the taxi going to a different club or a different bar or whatever. And he put his hand on my knee and squeezed my patella, area. And I didn't freak out. I didn't do anything. I just kind of went, I was like, oh man, let's, sorry, can't help you out there, but let's have a drink, and I kind of kept the fun and the smiles going. I didn't make him feel silly or anything like that. That mattered to me. He just kind of pushed a little to see. And I think that some gay guys think that, first of all, Dirk will always tell you there's nothing more attractive to certain gay men than a straight guy. That the straight guy is like, it's like hard to get, or whatever. And that's a big dilemma, isn't it? Because what are you depending on? The fact that they might change their sexuality, which is the deepest part of their person, overnight, or like after a couple of apple martinis? Like, what the fuck? It's highly unrealistic to me. It's one of the things I've brought up with Dirk over the years is that question, like, why do you think that a fella is only a couple of beers away from jumping the fence? That's fucking mad to me. That's I like girls, okay? In all shapes and sizes, right? I think I would sleep with a bloody armchair before. Dude, there's nothing worse that I can think of than a dude and this fucking jug. I mean, what women find attractive in men is a mystery to both sexes, I think. Luckily, they find us attractive. I don't know why, because we're funny. I don't know what the fuck. But it is interesting. It's an interesting thing that certain fellas think there's a remote chance. Maybe there is, but what you've discovered is a guy who is bisexual. So a guy like me who likes girls might have some bisexual parts to his personality. Nothing wrong with that either. That's just not me. So they're maybe hoping there's a doorway there, somewhere, So I don't know why some of these guys. Okay, I'm not offended. I mean, they think I'm gay. I'm not going to go. How could you say that? I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm also not into pasta much. You know, just a preference thing, or I'm not into. I'm not crazy about the film Scarface like everyone else loves that film. I watch that film. I always think it seems a little silly. Yeah, it's about as trivial as that, to me. Michael Lebert. About the Rolex White Polar 226. Also went to Ireland, West Coast. Jesus, wow. Because of your fantastic video. Cheers from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I've been in South Carolina. Lovely place. Wow. Okay. How was the West? You must have loved it. Did you get some good chowder? And that's a great Rolex. Maybe the one of the best, one of the top 3 or top 5, certainly. Oh, very serious. He must be fuming. 4 videos coming tomorrow, which will prove that. I mean, the more videos you make about another man, analyzing every word he says, and there will be references from like this late. How late are we in now? An hour and a half. This late in the video, which means he sat through it all. It's cringe. But why wouldn't he? It's a guy he fancies. It's a channel he's obsessed with. It's the only access he has or had to a larger channel. And also, there's nothing else to do. Like, he'll get views, he'll get more views saying stuff about me than he will if he talks about a watch that he likes or something about him. So it's, riding the coattail, ambulance chaser or whatever, And that's okay. I always say about the hate channels, like, go ahead, fellas. Like, if you get, I'm glad, the sad day is when the hate channels, I'm not going to say their names, you all know them, don't talk about me anymore. That's the sad day. It's like those big stars, real famous stars, who complain about the paparazzi at the airport when they're landing and they come out with their kids going home. And they're like, oh, the paparazzi are taking photos. I'm always like, you know what? Someday they won't take photos anymore and you're going to miss it. Because all that means, if they're lining up at the airport to take a photo of you in your sweats and a baseball cap on with your kid in your arm, it's because you're someone. It's because you're very famous and you're in the news headlines or whatever. The moment that goes away is the moment that you're now no one anymore. So maybe you're happy with that, but maybe you want to. But if you want to, recede from the world, the entertainment world, as an actor or singer, pick any actor you want who complains about the paparazzi. If you want to do that, you can do that overnight. In 24 hours, you can fucking get plastic surgery or get a prosthetic nose and change your hair color, dye your hair, and move to Papua New Guinea, and you'll never be bothered again. It's these guys who are they complain about going. It's like, what's her name? Chapel Rowan, who I used to like. I still like her songs, but she turns out she's a total dick. Arriving at the most famous restaurant in Paris, and complaining that there weren't even that many. It was just a handful of people wanting to take her photo, but she's there complaining. I'm like, what are you fucking talking? If you don't want this to happen, stay in a hotel room or go to a small hole in the wall place like Anthony Bourdain would. Why are you going to the it place, of Paris. Like on Sunday, Chapel, you'll go back to that restaurant. No one will take your photo. So, which one do you prefer? You know, so I always say with the hate channels, these guys make money and make a living just sitting there fucking making up shit about me constantly. Oh, he dyes his hair. Okay, what are you talking about? Sometimes I do the live things from the piazza just to prove I don't dye my hair because the light is for the iPhone and the sunlight. I'm like, looks super gray. I have a fair amount of gray. It's just different light. It's different light. That's all you can do. Let me get the iPhone light. Look. But they invent conspiracies about you. Next thing I'll be like an alien force from Mars or like this is make up shit. And I'm fine with it. If they can make money and enjoy themselves every day and have a field day. If I was a small channel, you know who they're not talking about? They're not talking about our friend we were talking about earlier. They're not talking about him. And they're not talking about really small channels. Why? Because there's no fun in that, because there isn't a big audience to watch the stuff. I'm not going to talk about some brand new watch channel. If that watch channel starts getting big, they might start talking about it, So for those of you who think I have grievances about this stuff, I'm like, it's not nice to think that people are saying bad things about you, but they just inevitably will. Can you imagine an actual real personality out there, some big actor, reading the tabloids every day, reading the Sun magazine or the New York Post? Oh, Brad Pitt gave birth to a alien baby yesterday. This is make up fucking horseshit. Like, can you imagine reading that now? Like, they have to just like sit back and let everyone get their knickers in a twist. That's what you do. I'm on a very, 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 very tiny scale in comparison to that, but the same rules apply. Melly C, empty vessels make the most noise. Well, sure, if you have more important things to do in your day, you won't jump up and first thing you do is make a video or post about this guy. Your priorities show in the things that you do. Also, people tend to punch upwards rather than downward. A successful person, a achieved person, a mature person doesn't tend to do that kind of, engage in that behavior. It's not their inclination. The punch usually comes from below. And they feel a right to. It's human nature. You feel a right to attack the bigger guy because, he can take it. We're screaming here from the crowds on the bottom and he's up on the hill. So let's just throw rocks up. Maybe one will hit him. It's human nature. It happens in every facet of life. I've said it before, but like in traffic, at a traffic stop, there's a guy with a Rolls Royce or a Bugatti or Ferrari or whatever. And then there's other cars, Honda Civics or whatever. You can be sure everybody in the other cars are looking at the dude at the flash car going, what a fucking asshole, But the guy in the flash car isn't looking at any of the rest of them in his rearview mirror going, oh, they're losers. He's not thinking about that at all. He has bigger things to think about. That's the way it is. Michael, seafood chowder stayed at the Lighthouse and Grace O'Malley Castle. Oh, dude, you stayed at the Lighthouse. Oh my God. Can you please email me about that in detail? Is Rowie still there? Is she still there? I think she was leaving when I was there. And I think it was changing from a hotel to a sort of like a rental thing. They were changing business model. They were hoping to sell the house. Wow. You went all the way out to Clare Island and stayed at the lighthouse? That's astonishing. Well, isn't it beautiful? What a incredible place. I hope you had the wonderful experience of walking home from the pub because the taxi service stops at like 6 in the evening. There's like one taxi on the whole island. It's some woman called Sharon. And I found myself on the other end of the island because I was filming for that thing. And then I went into a pub, and the girl doing the UPS delivery or the Amazon delivery was behind the pub, behind the bar, like pulling pints. I'm like, you everything around here? And there's a quote, movie quote. Boy, do you do everything around here? After 11, yeah. Oh, that's a hard one. um, but then I'm like, is there a taxi? I call the number, it doesn't answer. And there's a bunch of people at the bar, and they're like, I was like, is there a, I'm out at the lighthouse and it's a bit of a walk. And they laughed. They're like, you're not from here. What's her name? I said, Oshina Mali. They didn't believe that. And they thought I was making it up. And because saying your name is Oshina Mali. What are you, Brian Baru? Like, what are you, like, it's like going to Rome and saying, my name is Maximus, or something. My name is, I don't know, Romulus and Remus or something. Anyway, so they didn't believe me. They thought I was inventing it. But one of the lads was like, you're going to the lighthouse? Well, I'm about halfway, so I'll come with you. I'm walking home anyway. Very Irish. Sure, I'll walk with you. And he finished his pint with his mates. And we went walking. I got to know this guy who, it turns out, he was there on a artistic grant that my grandaunt funds. And she's like the queen of the island, actually. And but she wasn't there when I was there. But whatever, that's a long story. But he was like, "Holy shit, that's the only reason I'm here." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm kind of sewn in with the O'Malley's." And we got to know each other, and he told me his whole story. But we're walking across the island, Clare Island, on the far side of Ireland, facing the Pacific. And there's no streetlights, there's no nothing. It's as remote as you can possibly get. And I swear to God, I could see the Milky Way above me in the night sky. I could barely see the hand in front of my face. And I'm walking along this stone road in the middle of the night. And it was a very spiritual thing. Eventually, we got to where he is. He's like, well, I'm down here, so come by the art gallery tomorrow. And you've got another half a mile or mile to go. I kept walking by myself, and I swear to God, it was spooky as hell. I would have filmed it. I should have filmed it. But the night sky I've never seen the night sky that clear ever in my life, ever. It was astonishing. And then the lighthouse looming in the distance, When I got back, I'd missed dinner, obviously. They put aside dinner for me, and Rowie heated it for me, and I ate it in the kitchen with her. It was great fun. Wow. That's awesome that you went there. GU surgeon. I bought another Cartier Monday just because I like simple. Santos Dumont, big reference number. Well, congrats, man. Cartier is a beautiful thing. Bob Sacamano, and why are you talking about this for the past 90 minutes? Well, Bob, seeing as you want to be a bit of a dick, I think it's an interesting subject for all YouTubers and for all anybody in the spotlight of any magnification. I think it's an interesting topic. You don't think it's interesting? I haven't talked about it before. I certainly don't jump up in the morning and make a video of it or whatever. Just kind of talking about the interactions and, you know, I don't know. So, are you on your period, Bob Sacamano? I don't know what the fuck to say to you. Fun fact Brenna's first name is James. Wow, that's interesting. Omega Man, like the Bog Road. Yeah, it was like it was way spookier than the Bog. Well, the Bog Road had some spookiness, but no, this was like this is the Black of Night. It was the Black of Night, but it was really special. Like I swear to God, Night Sky was like something I've never seen before in my life. It was unbelievable. It was powerful. But yeah, the Bog Road. That was spooky because I had to get off it before complete sundown. Mega Man is referring to Ireland Part 2. I made a two-part documentary on Ireland. And in the second one, I go on this road that the locals don't want to go on, especially after dark, because there's rumors of hearing screams and seeing ghosts and so on. And I'm on a fucking bike going around the west of Ireland. Oh my God. I've got like 40 minutes to get over this thing before the sun is completely down. And I start seeing and hearing strange stuff. It's a good sequence. Scott Ferraro, Shane, your voice is especially sonorous and dulcet tonight. Is it? I find my voice changes a lot. I had done some voiceovers for Turin video this morning when I woke up. I had to get up early and deal with some stuff for the new apartment, and I got a coffee and settled in. I actually sat. I lie down on the bed to do my overdubs. The bedroom is nice and silent, and of course, bedding is absorbent, so you don't get echo in that room. So it's a good idea. And also, when you're lying down, you're more relaxed. You can be more reflective about what you're saying. You might come up with better stuff. There's a reason why psychiatrists and psychologists have you lie down on a couch or on a thing, because when people lie down, they tend to reflect a bit harder on themselves. Anyway, I did some voiceovers, but I listened to them earlier tonight. And the things I said were interesting, but the voice is just, it's too morning. It's far too more. I almost sound drunk or something. It's just way too like, bleh. It's like early morning voice. It's not articulate. It's not sharp. And so I'm going to have to redo it all, which is a very typical thing when it comes to these videos. The voice can change a lot. It can. Some people's voice doesn't change. You know, people have different voices. And depending on the circumstance, James gives me some shit because, when I'm out with him, we're drinking and I'm like, yelling in the piazza. So he hears me on the videos. And he's like, what the fuck is that voice? I'm like, that's me. I'm just relaxed. I'm not trying to project. Then you have Russell Crowe, with his TikTok watch show. Hi, how you doing? The guy's like at a different level. I find this nice watch here. This Sony watch. Read a great article on the New York Times. Russell Crowe should do this shit, but of course he has better things to do. He's a fucking movie career. He'll be here in a week promoting his film, his new documentary. Hi, hey Dan, got a new documentary. They call me Risty. Hey, Risty. Have you been out to Carn, Balmullet? I have not. Should I go? Edge of the Earth. Went there last year. Incredible. Wow. I have not, but I've seen some Edge of the Earth places in Ireland. Clare Island being one of them. The very end where when I get to the signal tower, where Grace appears. That feels like the fucking end of the earth. The head of the peninsula, Dingle Peninsula, where the Skellig Michael Island is, where they shot Star Wars there a few years ago, or more than 10 years ago. That funny looking island. That feels like the end of the earth. There's a lot of places in the west of Ireland that feel like the end of the earth, honestly. We have a bunch of them, Gmail, what are you saying to me? We got PayPal's. Chief surgeon, scuffer. Oh, what happened? Major ASMR makes me relax, drink scotch and smoke a cigar. It would be annoying if I was. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Oisin O'Malley is. Let me tell you guys something about Oisin O'Malley. I don't know why I'm doing Archie right now. I went into Archie right there. Let me be 100% honest with you there. No, that's what I was saying. If Russell Crowe had a full channel, if he did live streams on a Friday night, they'd be the biggest live stream in the world, wouldn't it? Hi, how you doing? It's Friday night. Need a drink. Found this lovely watch here. It's fantastic. It would be good. We'd all fucking tune in. Like, let me just put this guy on. Sometimes people are a joy to listen to. I like Alec Baldwin on his little Instagram things. He's such a good orator. He has really good pacing. Of course he does. He's a fucking trained actor. They all have good pacing. It's part of their craft. We're so lucky in the watch world to have a guy like Russell Crowe as part of it, It's kind of a benediction. He did one the other night on his Daytonas, because he does like to feature smaller brands, which proves he's a real watch enthusiast. But then somebody challenged him on his chronograph. Chronograph selection or his Daytonas or something. So he decided to pull out his Daytonas. Oh my God. I was like, Jesus Christ. Oh, yes, I forgot he's a multimillionaire famous actor. Oh, yeah. There's the reminder. Because it just got worse and worse. I think it started at the Panda Daytona. It just went over. It's like, oh, shit, Platona. Oh, there it is. Le Mans. Oh, shit. He's just holding them up in front of his shitty camera. Like, oh my God. Yes, I forgot that when you pick up the phone, call your AD and go, yeah, I did like to get that Le Mans. It's a beautiful watch. That they basically go, okay, give us 24 hours, Mr. Crow. Like the rest of us have to wait 17 years for something like that, but that guy doesn't. John Doe, Russell Crowe, an American Gangster, amazing. He's pretty good in everything. I recently saw him in the film where he's Goering. Because he's overweight now, but he doesn't give a fuck. He was gorgeous for years and he played all those handsome roles. And now he's older and he's enjoying barbecue and tequila. Good for him. That's exactly what I would do. So he's taking roles like fucking Goering, big fat Goering. Although Goering has skinny arms, you notice that? He was big, heavy torso with skinny arms. It was gross. When he did his Zeke Kyle thing, it looked particularly distasteful. No, he's a good actor. He's always been good and stuff. Big watch guy. IPC RES files. 269 Swedish krona, I believe. First watcher Explorer 39mm vid. Tipped me to buy one. Never regretted it. Good. Loved your stuff since. On the current state, George Bernard Shaw, I think. Never wrestle a pig. You both get dirty. Yeah, the pig likes it. Absolutely. 100%. Oh my God, the guy's like already ejaculated a few times tonight. Are you kidding me? He's delighted. But I think there's a bigger subject. That's why I spoke about it. I think it's a broader, never mind that case study. It's an interesting subject. And I think, Teddy Baldassar probably has guys sending him emails going, hi, I really like you, and, whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what does a guy do? Can you say, oh, thanks, that's very flattering, but fortunately I can't really help you there, so, but thanks for watching the channel, without them getting mad, again, feeling rejected. That's the thing. Girls deal with this all the time at the bar when guys come up to them. Some guys walk away and go, oh, all right, she said no. But some guys get mad. Some guys actually decide it's better to kick up a storm and smash a fucking bottle over their head than accept just a simple no thanks. Think about that. Most of those guys, thank God, wind up in jail. Special fried rice. Do you have a smoke extractor? I don't. It's called my window right next to me. Stuff gets sucked out. If you keep the other windows closed, because this apartment goes way over to the other side, you close them all and you keep one open, stuff gets sucked out. If you open another, then it equalizes the air throughout. So if you want, you can smoke all you like as long as you see this. When you puff the smoke, you see it drift out the window, straight out the window, like a vacuum. Let me see if it happens. No, didn't. Thank you, smoke. Storck. Stork. So you say that? Gladiator's still the best. Good movie. Good movie. I think my favorite movie I've ever seen him in was one where his wife is played by, what's her name? Elizabeth. I can't remember her name. She gets arrested for murder, but she didn't do it. She gets thrown in jail, and he decides he's going to break her out. And he's got like 15 minutes to get out of, I think they live in Baltimore or somewhere. Did you ever see that film? I think it's called 15 Minutes. That's actually, he's really good in it. He's really good at being the dad. I think that film went somewhat ignored, but Andy Dufresne, there's going to be a movie about the Unabomber with Russell Crowe. Really? Wow. Didn't know that. Yeah, he's still getting roles. Some of these guys are on Ozempic trying to slim up. He's like, fuck it, I've done all that. And now I'm a bigger, burlier old guy and I fucking know how to act. And give me the roles, please. There's plenty of roles. Good for him. Caustic, I do not have mosquito nets. I have Vape, V-A-P-E. You plug them in the walls, the mosquito problems are solved, my friend. Just buy a bunch of them, plug them all through the house. No mosquito issues. It's the biggest revelation I had in 6 years. Quattro D. What am I smoking? I'm having a Toscano Antico. These puppies. As always. Nothing special tonight. The next 3 days, Joe LaFaro, thank you. It was the next 3 days. That's it. Because you've got 3 days to get out of Dodge, right? But you've got 15 minutes to get out of Dodge, and then you've got 15 hours to leave the country, and then you've got 15 days to disappear. Like it's some math to it, which I thought was pretty fucking cool. It was a good film. I thought there was a lot of tension, suspense, and he carried the role well. He always carries it well. I don't think I've ever seen him perform badly in a movie. Sometimes you can see him acting. Oh, listen, maybe his best role. Well, not his best role. Not his best role. But the best film I've seen him in is The Insider with Al Pacino. He plays Jeffrey Wygant, the whistleblower, against Brown and Williamson, the big tobacco leak. That's a good one. And Pacino plays the Lowell Bergman, right? The investigatory journalist. It's a hard word to say sometimes. Who uncovers the whole thing. And Mike Wallace and all of that. That's one of my favorite films, actually, The Insider. Proper political thriller. LA Confidential, yes. Alpha. A Beautiful Mind. That was a good one. Yeah, he plays a mathematician with schizophrenia. And what's his name is in that? What's his friend, his imaginary friend, the big tall British guy who's married to Jennifer Connelly? James knows him. He was in a scene in The Tourist. James was in a movie called The Tourist with Johnny Depp. He was in a scene with that guy. Bellamy, Peter Bellamy or something. Master and Commander, Scott, you're so right. Master and Commander was great. Oh my God, maybe that's the best one. Maybe that's his best performance. My God, does he step into that role as Master and Commander? That is a really excellent film. God, Paul Bettany. Thank you. I always get it wrong, Andy. Paul Bettany. Yeah, James was in The Tourist in the scene with Paul Bettany. He has no beard in it though, so it's like unrecognizable. But it's somehow it feels perfect that he was in a scene with Paul Bettany. I guess I'm going to go over to Dirk. Maybe I'll quiz him on that subject about that touchy subject. Maybe. I know he won't want to talk about that individual because they really insulted him. Because Dirk is a very nice, giving, sweet person. Yeah, it's very hurtful. Whereas I'm ready for these mongoloids, these half-wits, half-educated Bulgarians to come after me. It's part of the terrain, honestly. I see press. A manhunt with Paul Bettany was the closest to truth during my time in the service. I had to look over some files and extremely accurate. Okay, manhunt. Wow. Good to know. Wow. Well, let me get Dirk's show here in the chat so I can. Oof, what's happening down there? So I can give you a link. You can pop on over. M King, I close to hate. Too close. You mean 200? There's two O's in that. Too close to hate topic. Some people seem unaware that watch YouTubers use paid ads to promote videos, including Oshin. You can pay to promote your channel. You can, yes. I've used it a couple of times. It's fucking waste of money. Honestly, don't get much out of it. And yeah. And then paid I mean, if you're paid by a brand, I do that too. You paid promotion at the beginning of the thing. So like with Nomadic and then with Seagull the other day, they paid me to make the video. I mean, they can't coax me into making it. I'll only make it if I think the watch is nice and I think it's worth you guys saying. Turn down many. I would earn way more money if I took every offer. All these shitty brands that send me crap. If I just made their videos, I'd be earning way more. But I have to turn most of them down. Some of them are decent. And I'm like, okay, this is nice actually for the price. Okay, this is worth it. Or this is interesting. Or, oh, wow, that won an award. GPHG award. Okay. All right. Now I've got something to work with. You can't make every fucking video about a fucking Rolex and a Tudor, It's tiring anyway. And look at that. I was doing Sonner for a couple of years. Sonner watches from Sweden, rectangular watches. a budget JLC or a day. And then fucking Russell Crowe was like, yeah, love them, promoted them, bought 30 of the watches. Now they're flying off the shelves. See? Had I listened to some of you guys, missed my super chat, Scott Ferrara. Sorry. Going off on a tangent here. Thank you, Scott Ferrara. 199. Teddy Baldassar is a paperweight persona. He makes good content. It's very corporate, you know how it is. You're not going to see him really talk about real things. It's just going to be like, yeah, he's a pure watch guy. Doesn't stray from that at all. That's fine. It's probably smarter. All right, guys. I'm going to go over to Dirk. There is the link once again. Or Dirkus Maximus. I'm going to go over to the iBashers show. Thank you again, guys. Let me make sure I got all the super chats. Kalapena, of course. Stephen. Recent events. Okay, I missed that one. Yes, okay. Thank you, brother. Open window, too much smoke. Can't breathe. Sorry, I missed that, Daniel. Sorry. Was I in the mid-rant? Emeritus is always a great guy. He's a very composed person with wisdom. Daniel again. Turkey neck. Robert. You got a nice answer, Robert. Thank you, Tim. Emeritus again. Geosurgeon. John Doe. IPC-RES. And Scott Ferrara. Thanks, guys. Means a lot. Makes it all worthwhile. I will see you guys very soon. In fact, I'll see you guys in 5 seconds if you come over to iBashers. There's a link in the chat once again if you want to hit it. And yeah, maybe I'll quiz Dirk on that stuff. I want to know his opinion. I respect his opinion. He respects mine. We're a good friend. Even when we disagree, we're all good. Just like Brenny said. Said. Oy vey. All right, guys. Peace. Love you all. See you in 5 seconds over on the iBashers. If you leave it playing, it might pop you over. If you have autoplay on, it'll pop you over automatically. I'll see you there. Ciao.